It's been a minute. We're finally back. Just making sure everything's working. We got the big man on board. So if you guys can, I know it's a little bit delayed. Can everybody hear me? I know the screen's a little bit, hey, Oleg. So yes, it is laser day. So I figured what better way to restart the live stream than with our newest product, the laser. These things are incredibly cool. I've been playing with it for about a week now. I'm going to do some mild steel welding with it. We're also going to do some cleaning. So we got some powder coat, some rust, kind of show you how fast this thing strips off powder coat. We'll give you a little preview. So that's bare metal versus the powder coat. So we'll show you guys that here in a second. I'll show you how to swap the machine over. Let me check the questions. Okay, everybody can hear me, so we're pretty good. Get my my new clubbing shades on. So one really cool feature about this laser, this is your control panel. So you can control everything with the laser from this guy, and it's magnetic too. So I can stick it on the bottom side of my table here. It's nice and out of the way, but I can still see everything. But super cool feature on this. It's all touch screen. We can, there we go. So it gives you all your readouts, my scan speed, my width, my peak power. I'm under the 1,000 watts. See, we're 100% duty cycle, 2,000 hertz frequency. That's how fast it scans back and forth. So there are some presets. The settings are keypad locked. You can change that. But then you can adjust all your settings, your pre-flow, post-flow, kind of like TIG or MIG. You can also select your, basically an upslope and a downslope to the laser power. You have your alarms over here, different high-low settings for your alarms. This is your monitor screen, so you can see my pressure alarm. I've got good pressure to weld. The gun touches down. You see I get a ground alarm there, letting me know that my ground's good. I am ready to weld. So yeah, let's, I'm so excited. I want to just get into this to show you guys. This thing is so freaking cool. Let me get this off to the side and out of the way. We'll talk about some safety stuff with the laser here in a second. There's a name in the model. So Anthony, this is called the Red Saber 1500. I can, come on. I'm a little tight on space back here at the moment, so, but I can, we've got some pictures of it on the website. We've also got a couple of customer videos. We've got a couple of these out to customers already. There's a couple of customer pictures and videos on the Facebook group. We also have, I did a couple little live streams, just real quick messing around here at the Everlast School. We are just about open. We're talking to a couple of our affiliates about getting in here and doing classes. We've only been talking about it for a year now. I'm sure Oleg's chomping at the bit too. Michael, this is 1,500 watts, so it's rated to cut 0.65. It's rated to weld up to 1/8 inch, and that's what I'm going to be doing tonight is some 1/8 inch. I've got it turned down a little bit. I'm still learning this thing, getting it super dialed in, but just to show you guys real quick. So just messing around with it today. That is my first laser weld ever on some 065 tubing. And then you see even 1,000 watts, we're actually getting some pretty decent penetration on 1/8 inch, just playing around with it. And I'm getting there. I'm still learning this thing, so you guys are going to kind of learn along with me. But let's get started. I want to weld with this thing so bad. You guys just won't believe this. I've got the art cam set up. We're going to see how that works. I've got it kind of zoomed in on the plate. We'll see how that looks. Let me turn my phone on silent. I don't know who's calling me at 7 o'clock. But first things with the laser, guys, this thing is, to be brutally honest, it is a weapon. This laser is a weapon. If you don't know what they're doing, they are extremely dangerous. I've even had a little accident myself being a little careless with it. So they are much different than a standard welder. There's a lot more safety precautions. Being that I'm here by myself, I don't have to worry about other people around me or people coming in. I've got my door locked. I've got a sign up that actually says laser welding in process, do not enter. The light off this thing for people around you is super dangerous. There is a safety interlock on this, so right now I'm pulling the trigger. Nothing's happening. That's because of the safety clamp. It has to be grounded out in order for the welder to activate. But just your regular welding hood is not going to be good enough to protect your eyes from this thing. You need to have a set of goggles, and I've actually got a laser welding hood on order. It just isn't here yet. But I've got a laser welding hood for myself and our camera guy that's going to be coming in when we do some content with this thing here in about a week or so. These glasses are rated for the wavelength of this laser, which is 1,100 Newton meters, something like that, or nanometers, whatever. They're rated for the wavelength, and that's what you have to watch for when on these lasers, is that your eye protection is rated for the wavelength of the laser. So bare skin covered, clubbing glasses on. You get my my gloves on. Let's run this thing for a bit. We'll run a couple mild steel welds. We'll switch over to the cleaning side, show you guys some mill scale on the table. I've got some rusty parts that have been sitting out in the rain for a couple months. And we'll show you some powder coat. And you have to bear with me. I am still learning this thing a little bit too, so I'm not the most proficient at it at the moment. But I've got it figured out enough to show you guys a little bit with it. And that was my bad for sticking the wire, of course, right off the bat. Trim that up just a little bit. Let me check everybody. Fired up. So here we go. This is about my fourth laser weld ever. You guys get to see it. The little hold down on this thing. And we are welding with friggin' laser beams. Look at that crazy shit. See, it's super flush. I'm not getting good penetration. That was a tight butt weld. I've also got it turned down. We're only running about 2/3 of the power. Like I said, I'm still playing with it, but I'm getting pretty close. Just trying to learn all the parameters, all the settings on it. You can go ahead and kick over to the, let's kick over. We'll do a run with the arc shot cam. I haven't done this yet, so we'll see how well the arc shot cam picks this thing up here in a second. Let me get these tacked up. All right, let's go to arc shot cam. Make sure I'm in the frame for you guys. You can see we do have a little red laser showing where our bead or where our light is going to emit. You get down here, touch the metal. I'll have to go back and watch that on the rebroadcast later. So, I mean, look how flat that weld is. And we were so close to getting full penetration there. I mean, we are right on the verge. So, I mean, even run by run, I'm getting a little bit better. So freaking sweet. Man, we're already 15 minutes in. Let me check some messages here real quick. There we go. So yeah, the laser compared to TIG is going to be about 4 to 5 times faster than TIG. You know, it's as fast as MIG welding, really, but you don't get any of the spatter. You get a lot smaller bead, a lot more concentrated heat. There's almost no heat input in the material, which is a really nice thing, especially for stainless. I really think after playing with this thing, anybody that does thin gauge stainless, 18, 20 gauge, you know, the pharmaceutical, food grade, you know, sanitary tubing, stuff like that. If you're taking it, I think the lasers are they're coming real soon. I think that's really going to be the place where these things shine is for now, like this 1500 watt unit, you know, only going up to about 1/8 inch. Thin gauge stainless is where this thing is going to kill it. I mean, even mild steel, it's just it just takes almost no skill. I mean, I'm 4 days into having this machine, and I'm maybe have 2 hours total on it, welding wise, and you know, we're getting pretty close to getting dialed in. So it's the skill level comes way down with this thing. It can weld aluminum. I can it would take me a minute to change it over. I've got to put a different liner in, swap out the wire, but we can definitely do that. I can kind of plan on doing that next week. We're going to start back up doing the weekly live stream again. If you guys didn't know, the main reason we stopped is I had a shop fire back in July, and I lost freaking everything. Every tool I had, everything, my table, this table was in the fire. It's still pretty crusty. I barely got it to where it's usable. You can still see it's got a bunch of rust on it, but not for long because of this guy. So we'll let me switch over real quick, and we'll do some cleaning real fast, and we'll call it a night for the first live stream in 8 months. Let me go ahead and turn this rig off. I guess I can show you how to switch over to cleaning mode real quick. So here we have our controller. This is our process selection right up here, that little turning button. So we hit that, about to enter laser cleaning system, continue, power off and restart. So we'll go ahead and power that thing down for a second. And it's a really quick changeover. Just got to pull this liner off the gun itself. There we go, liner's off. Set that hardware off to the side. We're going to switch from our welding tip. We just have a single cup. I'll give you guys a close-up over here in a second. So that's our cleaning nozzle. We got our wire feeder holder out of the way, but that's it. Cleaning nozzle. Inside the gun, we do have this is our protective lens that is protecting our focal lens from anything coming back on it. There we go. Let's run this thing. Go ahead and fire it back up. Oh, I got to switch over to compressed air real fast. Let me turn this off. So yeah, we use argon for welding. We use compressed air for cutting and cleaning. Go ahead and unplug this regulator. Still got air pressure on it. I didn't bleed it off. Just a push lock fitting on the back of the machine for a 10 millimeter push lock. Got my regulator off. Let me throw my air compressor back on. Air compressor is hooked up. It's probably going to cycle on here in a second. So machine's turned back on. We got air hooked up. Go ahead and turn our wire feeder off. Build my so I'm running this. Let me have this thing turn off for a second. All right, so I'm running 60 psi of compressed air. That's it. That's all it takes. Nothing super fancy. I've got a little water trap, water separator. You're not actually using the air to cut. You're just using the air for cooling for the gun. We start flowing air, so we know we got air pressure. We're good to go there. Let me, there's my super cool goggles or glasses. So let me see here. Right now we are running 50 watts. That's all we're running is 50 watts. We've got a nice rusty piece here. I'll show you guys up close. So nasty little piece of metal, been sitting out in the rain, sitting out in the elements for a couple months. Let's go ahead and do some blasting. Voila! No more rust. That fast. I mean, it's the surface is still rough because of the rust. It's still pitted, but the rust is completely gone off this piece. So again, here's the back side of that. I'll leave that close-up cam on. I mean, seriously, how freaking cool is that? That thing is just stupid. All right, so obviously it takes off rust. Here's some powder coat. And if you guys do any powder coat work, I mean, this thing could be an absolute lifesaver for you. Let's go to the wide shot real quick. And again, this is 50 watts of power. That's all we're using out of 1,500 watts. I didn't know what I was doing when I first got this thing in. I turned it up to 1,500 watts, and what'll happen is it'll actually start to boil the surface of your material. So you don't need 1,500 watts. About 300 is the maximum. I've got a big machine drive spur gear over here. I can show you guys. It's been sitting outside for a couple years. Got some really heavy rust on it, and even at 50 watts, it just rust is gone instantly. There we go. Here's some black powder coat. I don't have any blue. I have got so many damn questions about blue paint, blue powder coat. Eagle. This is powder coat, dude. Check this shit out. This is the coolest thing ever. There you go. That's a section we just did right here. Powder coat's gone. That is clean bare metal in, what was that, about 15 seconds or so? I mean, you can actually, if I get it in the right light, you can actually see the dye mark from the press brake when they bent this thing. That's how clean it is. So we'll do the up close shot real quick. Dude, Eagle, this thing is the coolest thing I've ever played with. I still can't believe, I can't believe these things are real. I always thought they were like a internet joke. So yeah, again, fresh powder coat. Obviously this thing, that's just because I smoke way too much. Obviously this thing puts off a lot of fumes. You know, I'm just doing this real quick. If you were in a production setting, obviously you'd want to have a respirator, but Let's give you guys a up close shot of this thing blasting this powder coat away. Look at that. It's shiny. That's how clean it is. It is Everlast. How much? These this 1500 watt unit, we've got them right now. List price is like $12,300. We're actually selling them for about $9,999, and that is the wire feeder and the power source itself. Yeah, dude, these things are so badass. I can't. So I was so excited to finally get this thing in. I wanted to debut the live stream with the laser welder. That's kind of what we were waiting on, was to get this thing in to start doing the live stream again. But yeah, it's freaking cool. It can cut. I haven't honestly cut too much, just a little bit. I haven't got that super dialed in yet, but this thing will cut 065 material, and the kerf is, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like 3/1000ths wide or something stupid. It's insane. Yeah, they are expensive. They're coming down. We're actually, like I said, this is a 1500 watt unit. We've got a 750 watt unit. I think they're going to retail for right around, Oleg will kill me if I misquote, $5,000, $5,600, something like that for the 750 watt. So I mean that'll weld 1/16 material, and that'll, I mean, obviously we're using 50 watts here, so it'll do all the cleaning you'd ever want to do. Here's one thing that was in my fire. You know, if you guys watched any of my old live streams, this is my baby. I use this thing for everything. It's my little tube stand, armrest, you know, plate holder, everything. And this thing was in the fire, sat out in the elements, snow, rain, everything, for about 4 or 5 months. And about 3 minutes with the laser, and this thing is, I mean, it's clean enough. It looks better now than when I had it brand new. It is super clean now. How many hours before you need a new laser? I don't know. So far, this thing's been, you know, I don't have a ton of use on it because I've got other responsibilities. But we've got a couple of them out where guys have been using them for 3 or 4 months now. No problems. The main thing you're going to go through is your protective lenses and your focal lenses. And we've got like 6 different focal lengths. The protective lenses come in 10 packs, and they just pop out in this little cartridge. Ooh, let me give you guys a close-up. So this will be your protective lens. You can actually see I've got a little bit of junk on it, but I've been abusing this thing. But it just comes out of this little cartridge. This back piece unscrews. And there you go. Then you've got your protective lens out. Put it back in, tighten that up. Drop it in, and we are ready to go again. So this will do mill scale too. So this is some hot rolled plate. Let me see. We'll get it out there where you guys can see it. So here we go. Have some hot rolled It's got mill scale on it, so we want to burn mill scale off. Done. There you go. Takes the mill scale right off in seconds. I mean, how can you beat that? Even like here, you know, I got my table. It's still got mill scale and rust on it. There you go. Nice clean spot on my table. No more rust, no more mill scale, nothing. I just welded with it. All right, let me go back. I can set it back up to weld. Well, we're at 32 minutes. We got a couple minutes to kill. If you guys want to see it weld again, let me, I'll switch it back around real quick. It'll just take me a second. Go back, continue, power off. We can set it back up to weld. Change out my compressed air. Put my wire feeder liner back on here real quick. Turn my wire feeder on. Hook my safety clamp back up. All right, there we go. Now we're set up to weld. That fast. Here we go, Chris. I got it set back up to weld. No worries. Get my Mr. Cool shades back on. I think my wire speed is about where I had it. A better plate. There we go. Beginner's luck last time. Like I said, I'm still learning this thing, getting all the settings dialed in. So I don't have it perfect yet. There we go. Plates are tacked up. Max thickness is 1/8 inch. This is 1/8 inch. I'm actually running about 1,000 watts though, so we're only running 2/3 power. So I just haven't had enough time to play with it to get it super dialed in. And for right now, this is where it seems to be welding pretty good for me at the moment. Looks like I could use a little bit more wire speed. Let me get a little bit more wire in it. There we go. I like that better. Oh, yeah. Let me see. There we go. She got some nice color to that. I'm just running ER70, so standard MIG wire, nothing fancy. Let's make another run right down here on this side. Bin test on it? Not yet, man. I don't have it that dialed in. As soon as when we go to film some actual full-length content with this thing, though, we'll run it through the ringer. We'll do a MIG test, a TIG test, and then laser. We'll just do all three side by side. That way we can see the speed, we can see the quality of weld, and then we can see the strength of the weld. We'll compare them side by side. We'll do 1/8 inch material. So it's coming. Let's go ahead and run another weld real quick, and then we'll get you guys out of here. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm getting too old. There you go. Woo! Man, that's looking even better and better. Like I said, I'm getting it more and more dialed in every run. Actually got some really nice color to that weld. Look how flat it is. Of course, we already had a weld on the back side, so that doesn't really count, but look how small that bead is. Ooh, there we go. My display up on the TV's backwards, so I'm always working with a mirror image. Let's see. I'm lucky to have Everlast. That's God's honest truth. I'm lucky to have you guys. I'm lucky to have Oleg. Lucky to have this place, honestly. I mean, like I said, after my shop burned down, I was super lucky to be in the position I'm in. So it's not Everlast lucky to have me. It's me lucky to have you guys, and lucky to have Everlast, 100%. So yeah, that's let me show you guys a couple other little things, I guess. That the laser comes with. So it does come with a USB card for downloading updates. Download them to, it's got a cable connection, so you connect it to your computer or a software. Like if you're running a CNC machine or like a A cobot is what that's meant for. USB card for downloading new programming, programming updates for the machine. Comes with a handy USB. It also comes with different welding tips. Let me zoom back in. So you've got different, this is for different joint types. So it's all different joint types. This is actually your, that's your cutting tip. Then different joint types. I've got the butt weld tip on there. This is doing outside corners. This one here, I believe that one's for doing fillet welds. I haven't messed with it. Like I said, dude, guys, I'm like literally 2 hours total runtime on the welding side. I've got about maybe 5 or 6 hours on the cleaning side. Let's we can set up an arc shot. Give me let's do it. Screw it. I'm here. You guys are here. Let's see if we can get an arc shot. There we go. Ooh. Look at that. Super great for thin metal. I mean, that's what this thing, that's where these things are really going to shine, is thin material. Oh, that pushed my pushed my wire feeder out of whack just a little bit. I think we can make it work, though. All right, let's give this a shot. Well, hold on a second. Let me quit sending you guys for a ride. Move this back just a little bit. It was jammed up on my my wire feeding guide. Let's try this again. All right, I got to tighten this back up. All that moving around. All right. Now I think we got it. Ah, my focal length is off now. Try it again. Ah. Yeah, it came out of adjustment trying to put that camera on. Quit sending you guys for a ride. See if we can just do it this way. I've got nothing but time, so what's it matter? All right. Yeah, we'll do aluminum next week. Hell yeah, there we go. I don't know how that looks on the stream. I'll have to play with my camera settings a little bit. But not bad for first time. So yeah, sweet, you guys. We're closing in on 50 minutes. I was really only planning on being about 10 minutes. So that's a laser. We're going to have a lot more content coming out with this thing really soon. Thicker material, thinner material, going through setup and settings on what you need, for each process for the best results. So I'm really excited about this thing. I think it's a huge step forward for Everlast. It's going to be a huge jump forward for the industry, especially for you guys doing thin stainless or thin material. This thing, I think, is really going to surprise people. And I've said it a couple times to different people that I really see laser units like this. Man, for like thin stainless TIG, I see these things taking over and probably, I'd give it like 4 or 5 years. Once the price comes down a little bit more, I think you're going to see a lot more laser welders for thin stainless. These things, it's too fast. They said, I've got basically 2 hours with a brand new process to me, and I'm getting some really, really nice welds. We're basically just playing around with it, not even really knowing what I'm doing. So still a long way to go for me. Let's go ahead and wrap up. We did some cleaning. We did some mill scale. We did some powder coat. We'll do aluminum next week. I'll set it up. We'll do some aluminum welds. I know my buddy Mark Winchester was really excited to see what it does on aluminum. In the meantime, if you guys do have any questions about the lasers, give me a shout. My extension is 223 through the Everlast main line. You can send me an email at jesse@everlastwelders with an s.com. Of course, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Feel free to reach out to me, guys. I've told a lot of people over the last couple of months, man, you guys help pay my mortgage. You guys support me. I'm here to support you guys. So any questions you guys have, man, feel free to hit me up. Never feel like you're bothering me. Sometimes it can take me a second to get back to you if it's, you send me a message and it gets buried on Facebook or something. But I try to get back to everybody as fast as I possibly can. Don't be afraid that if it's been a day or so to shoot me another message. Hey, man, don't forget about me. I want to help you guys out as much as I can. So it's not me ignoring you. If I don't answer you, it's because I didn't see it. So keep that in mind. Weld mean, weld green. Don't be a dick. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next week.